welcome back. Rush Limbaugh, the Excellence in Broadcasting Network, and the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies. As always, it's fun. It's a thrill and a delight to be with you. I have this chance, this opportunity every day to talk with you about things. I said the other day, Snerdley was shocked. Said the other day I wasn't all that jazzed about the football season. There was a game Sunday night? The Hall of Fame game, the Saints and the Cardinals. And I turned it on out of habit. I watch it. I got the Steelers and the Eagles tomorrow, and I don't care. It's not just that it's preseason and preseason doesn't matter. It's just normally this time of year, my attitude shifts ever so slightly. It's the arrival of football season. And with it, the season will change, and you get the holiday, all of that stuff that I normally get a little jazzed about, sometimes more so than others. And I'm not feeling it this year. And there's a bunch of reasons why. The way football is talked about and reported now is forever different. And it's not going to go, genie's out of the bottle. It's not going to ever go back to being what it was now. For example, can I give you an example? At practice, at Oakland Raiders practice yesterday, there was a helmet-to-helmet hit. They called an ambulance. They took a player to the hospital. That was the big news. Helmet-to-helmet hit. Was there a concussion? Is this guy going to walk again? That kind of turned out everything was fine. But that's the first time I can recall in I don't know how many years of there being a news story or an ambulance being called at practice because of a helmet-to-helmet hit. Anyway, it's going to be different. The commentary during the games is going to be different. It's just like now when it's 100 degrees in July, you know people are thinking about global warming. Every hard hit in the football game, everybody's going to stop now. Gee, we shouldn't be playing this game. That's genie's out of the bottle, as I say. There's another reason though, and that is I'm consumed with other priorities. I am really worried about this election. I am really worried about what's going to happen in this country if this guy wins. I've never felt this way about an election before. I have never, when football season's shown up, not cared. I look at this election, and if Obama wins this, I'm worried for everybody. What the country's going to be. How it's going to change, and we may not be able to get it back. Not for a long, long time. Anyway, just as a reason to explain. And, of course, check the email during the breaks. Rush, you're falling for it. All this Romney killing people. All Obama's trying to do is distract you and everybody from talking about the economy. Okay, what are we supposed to do here? No matter what happens, remind you of the unemployment rate, remind you of what the gross domestic product is not. I mean, if you want, every day I'll just do nothing but give you the economic stats. My contention is that you know it and you feel it. Obama's got no record. I don't think that we have been deficient in highlighting Obama's failures anyway. But this stuff, Romney killing people now, and CNN again running a fact check in a random act of journalism and telling everybody, of course, it was on CNN. Nobody heard it. They had another 20-year low in ratings in the month of June. I take it back, July. It's already August. They've got Larry King. God love him. Larry King, when he hosted his show, before it faded away and he had to leave, at his peak, Larry King, you could count on Larry King for 1.5 million viewers a night. And in the cable universe, that was enough. That was okay. This Piers Morgan guy in July, around 300,000. I mean, the bottom is falling out. And that's where all of this fact-checking took place on the Obama ad, where it was revealed to be an utter lie. So we repeat it to bring it to a larger audience. I'm going to do it again. This is Jennifer Psaki talking to Blitzer. Blitzer said Breonna Keeler, that's their reporter, did a fact check of that ad. It's full of falsehoods. Obviously, the campaign's not associated with the super PAC. But you can say, you know what? We want to dissociate ourselves from that ad because it's repulsive. You want to say something like that? He's talking to Jennifer Psaki, who's part of the Obama campaign. Why do you want to be any part of that ad? Why don't you want to dissociate yourself from it? Wolf's beside himself. The ad's a lie. Our network found out. It's a bunch of falsehoods in it. Why do you want to associate yourself with it?
Well, we have nothing to do with the ad. We're focused on our race. We're focused on going to Colorado tomorrow, and that's where we're at from the campaign side. We can't speak to the super PAC ads. We don't have anything to do with them, so I don't have anything further on the
because it is pretty serious when you're not doing it, but the super PAC is making this allegation that Mitt Romney was responsible for the death of this woman when that's simply not true.
Well, Wolf, I wasn't involved with making the ad.
Yeah, I wasn't involved. Besides, all we're trying to do is distract people from Obama's horrible record on the economy and stuff. So up next was Babe Buchanan. Wolf has to turn to Babe Buchanan and let her loose. He said there have been false Romney ads as well, taking words the President of the United States said totally out of context. That's Wolf having to be fair. When Romney hasn't done anything of the sort. That's Wolf hearkening back to the Obama, you didn't build that. You didn't make that happen. Anyway, here's what Babe Buchanan had to say.
This is typical. We have the most powerful man in the world, President of the United States, takes no responsibility for his campaign, no responsibility for his PACs, no responsibility for his cabinet members who are out there raising money for this PAC so this ad can run, takes no responsibility for the pain and suffering this country is suffering, the people in this country are suffering with the high unemployment, the loss of homes, falling into poverty. The only thing he takes responsibility for is the businesses other people are building. This is a disgraceful, despicable, dishonest ad, and if the President of the United States shame on himself, he should immediately reject it outright.
What shame? He doesn't think there's any shame. I think he thinks they're getting away with it. Obama thinks it's working. Stephanie Cutter. She's the one that came out and said that Romney's a felon. This morning on CNN, on the starting point, he's talking to the co-host Josh Berman. There are plenty of questions about the timeline of this. This man, obviously, we're sorry he lost his wife, suggesting that she died because of action that Romney took. Now, he, of course, had left Bain years before. And then this woman had her health insurance for 2 years while at this company. She had health insurance for 2 years. She was not left high and dry. What do you say to that, Stephanie Cutter?
Here's what I do know, that Mitt Romney personally handled the deal to take over GS Steel, and it personally handled some of the decisions made to load that company up with debt, so much that it went underwater, it went bankrupt. And you just said that he left the company before the deal was made. That's not true. Mitt Romney made that deal. He says that he left Bain Capital in 1999 to go run the Olympics, but if you remember, according to the SEC forms that he filed, he was still president and CEO of that firm. He was still taking a salary, and I guarantee you that when GS Steel went bankrupt, that Mitt Romney personally walked away with a significant profit while Joe Sopcich lost his job.
Right, and his wife died. Romney. So Stephanie Cutter, what do you mean back away from it? Romney did kill the guy's wife. That's what she's saying. What do you mean step back from it? You people are seeing it are nuts. Romney was there. He founded a company. He got rich. This guy lost his job. His wife died. Romney killed her. It's clear as a bell. That's what she is saying. So Berman said, this woman died in 2006. This ad basically accuses Romney of killing her. Is that the kind of rhetoric you want to hear in a campaign like this, especially from the side of the President of the United States, especially a president who ran 4 years ago on raising the notion of civility?
I don't know the facts of when Joe Sopcik's wife got sick or when she died. But as I said before, I do know the facts of what Mitt Romney did with GS Steel. I do know the facts of how Joe Sopcik lost his job, lost his health care. The entire company went bankrupt. But Mitt Romney walked away with a pretty hefty profit. Those are the facts that matter. This private sector business experience that he's talking about was all about making profits for himself at any cost, at any consequence to anybody else.
Yeah, and by the way, he killed the guy's wife. Now, this, we're told that this is working. Now, you might be asking, since this all went down yesterday, what is the Romney campaign doing? As the Romney campaign responded? Yes, they have. The Romney campaign responded this morning on Fox. Off the top of your head, what do you think the Romney campaign said about all this? Well, I'm going to tell you. I have the story here from Mediaite, and the headline says it all. Romney spokesperson. That woman would have had health care under Romneycare. That's the reaction. Appearing on Fox News with Bill Hemmer, Mitt Romney campaign spokesperson Andrea Saul attacked the ad, and then she veered off message. She said that the fired steelworker would have had access to health care if he had lived in Massachusetts, where under Romney's plan, health care coverage is extended. So wait a minute, you're telling me that you get a campaign person on from the Romney campaign to respond to an allegation that your candidate is responsible for a woman's death, and your answer is she would have had health insurance if she'd lived in Massachusetts. What? Look, I don't know the people at the Romney campaign, but I'm going to tell you, your candidate is accused of killing a woman because this isn't about health insurance. They're out there saying that your guy killed this woman. And your answer is, well, she'd have had health insurance if she lived in Massachusetts. From the sound of this, they don't know at the Romney campaign what the purpose of this ad was and how it took root. They apparently don't know that the Obama campaign ran an ad accusing Romney of murder, essentially. That's Stephanie Cutter is backing it up. The woman did die. Romney got rich. He closed the plant. Husband lost the job. Wife got sick and died. Romney made out like a bandit. Well, she'd have had health insurance if she lived in Massachusetts. And you couple that with there was a lack of understanding or desire to join the Chick-fil-A day. I mean, that's your base out there. Okay, got to take a break, folks. Your phone calls are next when we get back, so sit tight. All that and more is straight ahead.